I got her. Perfect. Welcome back, everybody. Silas here today. You see my new yard truck, I guess I'll call it. I have no clue what's wrong with this truck other than the check engine light comes on. It's got high miles, smokes a little bit, but fires right up, goes into gear, shifts fine. So I figured, you know what? I don't know how long it's going to last out here. The problem with vehicles out here is rats like to get under the hood and eat the wiring. So, I mean, it probably won't last that long, but I'll go ahead and use it out here to move stuff around until it does go ahead and give up the ghost, and then we'll crush it later. Speaking of running vehicles, this one here runs good too, and I thought for sure somebody would want that Vortec 350, but nobody's been interested in it yet, so I'll probably crush it later today. My voice may sound a little bit hoarse, and that's because it is. I have no clue why. I woke up this morning like this. I feel fine, I just can't hardly talk. Terry was supposed to be here to get this Studebaker cab and front clip, as well as a Chevy cab that's out back, and another Chevy cab and front clip. But I have no clue where he's at. Usually he's here waiting on me when I get here in the morning. He usually gets here around 6:30, 7 o'clock, but he was not here anywhere to be found, and right now it's 10 o'clock. I guess I'll just go ahead and keep working out here. They emptied my dumpster that was full of aluminum wheels. I've got a few more aluminum wheels, but then I've got a bunch of breakage. So I think that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do now, since nobody's here, is go ahead and fire up the skid steer and start loading breakage into truck beds, and go ahead and start shipping that out. Well, scratch that. As soon as I walk away, Sean drives in. So I guess I'll see what's up and we'll figure out what we're doing for the day. That's the truck there that had the factory tack in it.
Lighter down.
There's one little piece holding right here in the corner. There we go. Is that it? That's it. That looks good. It has been a crazy busy day. Got Terry loaded up, got him gone. Then a guy brought a Mercedes out, which I guess I forgot to show that to you guys. I'll have to show it to you later. It's like an early or mid 60s Mercedes 220S automatic, I think is what it is. And then that guy also had a whole bunch of fenders and quarter panels and doors and hoods and stuff off of other vehicles. There was mostly Mercedes stuff, and then there was a couple Opel records, a couple fenders off of one of those. Pretty nice fenders, really. And then what else? So there was a bunch of Chevy truck parts and some GMC truck parts. Well, Terry ended up buying the Chevy truck parts. I kind of showed through the windows. There was a grill and a couple inner fenders, a couple bedsides. Plus he bought some doors from me, so he ended up getting a pretty full load. Then we started loading up stuff for Sean. Some of that stuff was Jill's stuff for Texas that she just didn't have room for in the load she picked up here a week or two ago. And Sean's headed down there on Monday, so he's going to take a little bit more of her stuff down there. Plus he's picking up a few things for himself. And so, in fact, that's what I'm doing now. Is I just met him at the other yard. I'm going to help him get some more stuff out of here. Tomorrow, I'll be loading trucks all day, and then I got a phone call on Friday. I've got some antique vehicles out west, about a little over an hour away, that I got to go pick up. So you guys will ride along, and we'll get all this stuff done, and we'll see what we can do. International.
Going to the Warrenton Inn.
There you go.
International. What do you think? 66?
Yeah, mid 60s.
Right before they went to the square body?
Yeah, somewhere in there. I tell you what, this year has been crazy. We go from absolutely no moisture to all the moisture. It poured down rain last night. It started raining about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and it rained non-stop until now. And I do apologize in advance if the audio is a little bit windy. I can't put my foam cover on the microphone because of the rain. It'll get wet and then the audio won't work at all anymore. So I gotta do what I gotta do. I think it's about to start pouring down rain. I better get in the loader. But yeah, it rained and rained and rained some more. It is covered in water out here. I'm glad I got that rock put in. There's a bunch over there. I put some out there, and there's some underneath me right now, right there behind the loader. And I put some more out back there. There's some more over there. Pretty much all my really muddy spots I filled in with that white rock, and this is gonna be the test now. Ooh, that rain's cold. There we go, close that door. But yeah, this is gonna be the test when I drive through it now and see if it's still a nasty mud pit in those areas. Normally, I wouldn't even come out here on a day like today. Look at that rain, it is flat pouring. Can't really see through the windshield. I don't know if you can see that very good, but it is flat pouring out here. But anyway, I scheduled trucks for today, so I've got to be here. and they only pick up one load at a time. There's about 2.5 hours between loads, so I'm going to be out here all day regardless of the rain. That's okay. I'll probably go over in the U-Haul and start putting stuff on eBay. Big news, I have a guy coming out on Monday to start putting shelves in the semi-trailer right here, so that's going to be really nice to have that done. Then I can get all this stuff that's scattered around on the ground organized and put on shelves. I can get my truck bed trailer cleaned out just in time for camping season. That's my camper there in case you didn't know. But I really want to get this area cleaned up pretty good, so that'll be nice. I'm not trying to bore you guys with talking, but there's not a whole lot else I could do right now. But anyway, I do have some big news. I can't share with you yet, but my eBay thing I think is going to go to the next level here in about a month, maybe 2 months. Definitely this year. Ooh, man. I thought it was pouring a second ago. It is just a downpour out there, torrential rain. It got really dark all of a sudden, so I figured this was about to happen. But yeah, I have some really big news. I'll share more with you when the time comes. I'll probably put some stuff about it on the second channel, but I am looking forward to it because I will be able to get a lot done for eBay, kind of get back into the swing of things or not even back into the swing. I'm going to get into the swing of things like I never did before. But anyway, today is going to be a hurry up and wait sort of day. I can't really record much outside. It's super windy. I can't use my foam cover on the mic, and I just don't feel like getting soaking wet anyway, so it's going to be a whole lot of sitting in the loader and sitting in the U-Haul. So I guess whenever the truck gets here, I'll put the GoPro up on top of the loader. It's waterproof, it won't get hurt. You guys can watch me load a truck in the rain. Well, today is Friday. I was supposed to be hauling cars today. However, it has been raining non-stop. We got almost 3 inches of rain, and those cars are out on no maintenance dirt roads, and so there's no way I'm going to be able to get those. So I'm here at the yard. I actually left my camera out here all night long, right by the gate. When I locked the gate, I left my camera sitting right there. I got all 3 loads shipped out yesterday. It was cold and miserable, so I really didn't record much. Once again today, it's even colder and more miserable, so I'm probably not going to record much. But anyway, I think we're going to go get those cars either on Monday or Tuesday, so I will just see you guys then. And good morning. We're not going to make it out to those old cars today. Today is Monday. Something else is happening today. I am climbing up into the semi-trailer now. He went to the store now to buy the lumber. He's going to start putting shelves in here. So I have all this stuff down here. There's some more stuff over here. I've got to get all this stuff out of here. I don't know where to put it all. I've got all these old lamps and lights and whatnot. I thought somebody would buy those. I thought people were into that old stuff. And they are, just not around here. And it's too fragile to ship. So I'm going to see if Sean wants to take them to Texas. If not, I'll probably just go ahead and pitch them. All the airplane parts and the catalytic converter, license plates, all these letters, all this sort of stuff I can stack over there in that container for now. But yeah, it's going to be really nice having shelves in here. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I just fired up the crusher. I'm gonna crush a few cars. I was gonna crush this Mustang too that just came in. There's nothing left of this car. Rust-free tub, but there's just no value here. I know some people say you should save these front ends, but they don't bring what they used to bring. I mean, they still bring about 200, 250 bucks, but that's a lot of work to cut one of those out of there for that kind of money. One thing I am gonna save though, is it's got this bell housing right here. That's about a roughly $75 to $125 bell housing. I know it would bring 125, but it's got some gouges here in the aluminum when he loaded it, so it might be worth a little bit less. But I am going to lift that out of there and zip that bell housing off. But he packed it clear full of these. I've sold these in the past that have real ornate designs on them. These here are kind of plain Jane, so I don't really see any potential value there. I guess while I'm here showing you stuff, I'll show you what else came in. Got this old Chevy cab here. It's just junk, but it's got a 454 lane in the front of it. It was laying outside, so I'm sure it's not much good, but it might be good for a core or something like that. They pulled the plug, luckily, so any water that got in it just ran right back out, so it never broke the block. All the freeze plugs are still in it, so it never got frozen. Inside the cab, I'll pull this out real quick while I'm standing here. This is a fan blade off of a V8 Ford. which is right there. I wish I had all the bracket and the generator and all that, because that whole setup together is worth pretty good money. But this blade will definitely sell. It's got a couple little divots in the blades, but definitely a very usable blade still. I'll be saving that engine too. Once again, it sat outside for a while, but it's not broken, not cracked. So there's a lot of good parts on there still. Those V8 flatheads are getting harder and harder to find. Probably going to cut the nose off of this truck. The headlight and stuff is laying inside the truck. It's got a big old wallop right there. But the cab on this truck is in pretty good shape. It's an old Phillips 66 truck. It's got really good color. And if you look down here in the back corner, that's the only rust right there. The rest of this cab is rock solid. It does have some dents in the roof. Kind of looks like they dropped something on it and beat it back out. But it's got really good color. So I think we're going to keep the cab together and sell it all as one piece. Open up this door. Yeah, there's the headlight. But check out the fan that's on the dash. That's a pretty cool piece there. It does have some rust up here in the front, unfortunately, from mice building a nest up there. So that's unfortunate. But like I say, this truck's got really good Phillips 66 patina on it. It's got really nice doors on it. I'm sure there might be a little bit of rust underneath this rat nest here, but I mean, my foot doesn't go through it, so it can't be that bad. So we're gonna pop this cab off. We'll probably send this cab to a paint swap meet or something like that. I don't know. Somebody might buy it while it's still local. That engine there is just junk. I'll lift that off later. Just unloaded this Eagle. Somebody ought to buy this car. He said the motor was in this car. It was a complete car, but there was water in the oil, so he pulled the motor out, put a different motor in it, and he has an intake and a detuned carburetor that gets rid of all the electronic stuff. But he left the intake and the carburetor at home. He's going to bring those later, but the engine's just sitting in there. It's not bolted in yet. But I mean, it's not too terrible of a car. Factory AC. Body wise, it's pretty good. It's got a little bit of rust right here in this door, but the fenders, quarter panels, all that's good. The only issue is up in here on the structure. I don't know if you can see it or not. Up there at the very front, right down there, it's got some rust, and then right there it's got some rust, but not too terrible really. I know these aren't real high dollar cars, but you know, hopefully somebody will come grab this thing, give it a new home, new chance at life. And then last but not least, we got this old truck over here. This is a pretty cool one. I think you guys will like this one. This is a 1972 D700. They kept this body style on the big trucks up until 74 or something like that, I think. The biggest thing I noticed about this truck is check out that huge brake booster setup right there. I mean, that's my hand compared to that. I mean, that thing is massive. But then once I got to looking at it, it's got a 361 two barrel in it, and then it's got power steering. You see there, it's got power steering. I thought that was kind of crazy. Power brakes, hydraulic clutch. Pretty solid cab. It's got rust in both rocker panels and a little bit of rust in the driver's door. So yeah, I don't know if somebody would want this whole truck or if they're just going to want the sheet metal off of it, but one way or another, this truck will see a new life. Anyway, that's enough show and tell. Let's get some work done. If you do see anything that you want to buy, my email is always in the description. Please don't contact me on eBay or my merch page. I have people do that all the time. If you contact me on eBay, I can't send you my email or my phone number on there because they'll delete the message. And then also, a lot of times I don't see messages when they go to my merch page. So please, if you're interested in something, just go ahead and contact me through my actual email. There we go. Now the determining factor on this engine is will it turn. It was laying on its top inside a building, but it was on a dirt floor. So it's a big maybe, but if it'll turn. Oh yeah. Didn't get that on camera very good because I'm trying to hold the engine with my knee, record with one hand, and turn it with the other hand. It even still has compression. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear that or not, but it just went whoosh. So yeah, it's make sure it turns all the way around, I guess. Sometimes engines will turn a little bit and then they'll stop. Oh yeah, yeah, it went all the way around. Still has compression, so I need to look up the casting numbers on this thing and see what it's out of. Did I do the wrong? I did do the wrong one. Whoops. It's got a healthy layer of grease on it, that's for sure. Well, ain't that a bummer? That's not a 454. That's a 366. That's pretty much just a boat anchor. I've had these things in good running condition that were hard to sell, so I don't even think this one's gonna be worth anything, but I already put the effort into pulling it out, so I guess I'll throw it online for 150 bucks and give it a day or two. If it doesn't sell, we'll crush it in a different car. Well, that's cool. That'll sell. They're just rough old cars, but there's still some good parts and pieces here. This is a camper special here. Got the radio in it still. It's got metal gauges, but somebody's put some funky deals on the end of it, but still good for parts or repair. What's that say? Timeen? I can't read it quite. Western Truck Equipment. Pretty rough truck, but it'd be cool to cut the back of that off. And then this car here was a 390 car, the motor's gone. Should have a 9-inch in this one though. Plus I think a guy can maybe cut the trunk of this one off and the nose. Same thing with that other car. So we'll see. Just rough old cars, but for 200 bucks a piece I can't turn them down. His forks on that aren't really long, so he has to kind of bump into the side of the car to be able to pick them up. But they're just old rusty 4-doors anyway, so that's not a big deal. Look at that license plate, number 4. That's pretty cool. You don't see them that low very often. Stafford County. That got her. That's exactly what I wanted to happen too, so that was perfect. There we go, load number 1 ready to go. Well, Todd's not here this time, so he showed me how to start this thing, so I'm gonna see if I can run this. I've never run one of these before, but I think I can figure it out. That was a trip. This thing has these real short forks. That truck is super back heavy. And then I went too far back and then it was front heavy, but I didn't want to smash the mirror either, so I kept working at it, got it loaded, and then that car couldn't hardly get it to stay on the forks, but got them on here, ready to hit the road again. There we go, got that load unloaded. I will be going back out there in the morning to get a truck and a cab at a different location. It's actually just like a mile down the road, or not even a full mile, more like 3/4 of a mile. And then about a mile down the road from there, the other direction, I think there's another farmstead there that has, I think, just one truck back in the trees. Once again, they're all Fords. The guy must have really liked Fords. But before we get to that, check this out. I don't know why I climbed up there on the ladder, because now I got to get back down to open the door. But look at this. I am stoked. It's gonna be kind of dark in here. I don't have any lights in here yet, but he's getting the shelves put in. It's starting to look pretty good. It's nothing fancy, but I don't need anything fancy. This is gonna be really handy. I'm gonna have tons of storage in here to put stuff. He's actually gonna stop right here, I believe, with this shelf. He's gonna do one behind it and then this one here and leave this area open. That way I can get me a table or something and put right here so I can put stuff on that to take pictures. And then he's gonna continue down this side. You may notice the shelves are a little bit different height. I had him go ahead and lower this shelf down a little bit over here because you can see there's a really big gap here. And that was a little bit kind of overkill, and then this one's a little bit smaller. So I wanted that different split a little bit better. So on this side here, he's gonna do that. By the time I realized how big the gap was, he already had half of these built. So I said, don't stop now, it'll be all right. I am a little bit worried about warping in the middle if I put heavy stuff on these. So I think I want to designate an area where I put all my carburetors and magnetos and other heavy stuff. And I'm gonna come in here and put some more 2x4s the wind just blew the door closed. It's dark in here. Okay, anyway, like I was saying, I'm gonna come in here and take a couple extra 2x4s and put them right in the middle down to the floor and just screw right into the 2x4s here, all the way up to put some extra bracing in the middle. If I do that, they'll never warp, I'll never have an issue. And I'll probably only need to do that on about 2 sections. I don't have that many carburetors that I'll be putting in here. Most of my carburetors are stacked in like box fans and stuff like that. So mainly what I'm gonna put in here is I have, you guys have seen before, I have that other storage unit that I used to work out of a long time ago at the other yard where I crush cars sometimes. I need to empty that out completely. And I have probably 150, maybe 200 carburetors in there that I need to move somewhere. Then everything else is stuff like hubcaps and chrome trim and accessories and things like that. So I'll have more than enough room in here. I also have a bunch of stuff in my garage at home that I need to get out. I'll have plenty of room for everything in here and some room left over. One thing I am gonna do is these 2 shelves right here, this is only going to be stuff that is listed on eBay. As I take pictures of it right here, I'll be able to inventory it and put it over here. But on that note, well, I'm probably not gonna have any more time soon, but I am gonna have a much better eBay setup. One reason why I don't sell a whole lot on eBay isn't because I don't have time to list it. That's not a problem. The problem is packaging it. I just have a little tiny area. Let me close this door real quick. I have a little tiny area in my garage at home that we use that garage for storage. All my bicycles are in there. My wife's got a bunch of stuff in there. It's just packed and I don't have room to work in there really. So I hate packaging stuff and so I just don't want to do it. However, I have something in the works where I will have plenty of room. But anyway, I'll quit rambling. I will see you guys in the morning. We will get out there, get those other trucks brought in. And I don't know if I'll go get the 3rd one or not. We may or may not do that tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a pheasant. Bunches of pheasants out here. I have people ask me, why don't you drive the old Dodge anymore? And I'm actually selling the old Dodge. I don't know if it'll still be for sale by the time this video comes out or if it'll already be sold. But anyway, the reason why is because of roads like this. I would never be able to get down this road in the old truck. It would get stuck for sure. This truck can barely make it down this road in 4-wheel drive. This is not a no maintenance road, but it's an almost no maintenance road. There are spots in this road that are pure blow sand. And if I wasn't hitting those spots at 40, 45 miles an hour in 4-wheel drive, I would never make it through them. Especially pulling this big trailer. If I was empty, it wouldn't be a big deal. But pulling this big, heavy trailer, this road is just, it is not an easy road to drive. There's a bunch of turkeys across the road now. They're way down there. I know they won't be picked up on camera. You see everything out here. Oh, there goes another one. Yep, oh, a whole bunch of them. Don't hit my truck. I don't want to break a grill. You see deer, you see turkeys, you see pheasants. Every now and then you'll see jackrabbits. Jackrabbits aren't that common, but you do see a few of them out here in Kansas. Yeah, right here, this spot here. If I wasn't doing 45 miles an hour right now, this would be really hard to make it through this area. And it takes my truck all over the place. Every now and then you'll see badgers. You'll see armadillos, you see it all. That's part of the fun of coming out here to these farmsteads in the middle of nowhere. It's tempting on these roads like this to take it nice and slow because it's a smoother ride, but if you go slow, you will get stuck. Oh, here's another bad spot. Ay, ay, ay. Whew. This camera probably doesn't even do it justice. Woo-wee. Am I gonna make it? Oh, we're slowing down, 25, 20. Oh, we made it. That's the worst spot. Once you make it through that spot, you're good to go. Now going back, once I'm fully loaded, I won't be taking this road because I'll just have too much weight on my trailer. I might be able to make it, but it's not worth the risk. If I go about 3 miles further west and then back up and then come back in, I can take blacktop most of the way. It adds about 6.5 miles to my trip, but it's worth it. And we made it. Looks like, yeah, he's here. I don't see his telehandler yet, so he's probably at the other farm. He's gonna drive it over here. So I timed this just about perfect. I can make it in the driveway. Oh, he's here. I see him now. Yeah, we got this. This big old trailer. I'm still not used to pulling this thing. There's all sorts of junk in here. Neat old house falling in. But that building's clear full of old car engines, and I don't remember, he may have got some of it out already. But I got a truck and a truck cab and I think a windmill fan blade back here in this place I gotta get. I don't remember what all's in here. What's this? Looks like an International. Yeah, I think that's an International motor there. Ford 6-cylinder. Looks like a FE engine. I mean, part of me would kind of like to save these engines, but you know, it is what it is. If I can't get them, I can't get them. Kind of look around, see if there's anything else good in here. Looks pretty well cleaned out. Nothing super valuable. Oh, there's a neat faucet up there, but the handles are gone. Sometimes those faucets I can sell. Oh, there's the headlight ring I need for that one car I got yesterday. It's missing one of the headlight rings, and so right there it is. It's broken, but it'll work for a wall hanger. Bonus. That's why you always got to look up in the rafters. Let's see. I don't really see much else good in here. What's this engine? Industrial engine of some sort. There's a license plate. Oh, there we go. 1973. Yeah, that's about all I see in here. I don't really see much else. This engine here, I might put a bar on that and see if it still turns. If it still turns, I might try to keep that FE engine. The 6-cylinder, I don't know. And then the International, once again, I don't know. We'll see. I might talk to him, see if he's willing to help get those out. Is that a bucket seat? That is a bucket seat, so he might save that too. I gave him a ride down to get the telehandler. Look at all these cows. Bunches of cows, bunches of calves. It was a busy winter. All that cold weather we had, I can't imagine calving all those things in that weather. But that's what ranchers do, or farmers, or I guess I don't know what is the technical term for somebody that raises cows? Is that just farmer? Because there's not really ranches around here. I don't know. I guess it shows how much I know about that. I'm a junk man, not a cow man. I'm going to attempt to back in this time. That way I can get out a little bit easier. I'm not very good at backing this trailer yet, this big old long trailer, but I'll figure it out. There we go. I got it on my second try. First try I wasn't quite sharp enough, but on the second one I got it no problem. I just found this on the floor. Look at this thing. Permatex Aviation Forma Gasket. That's pretty cool right there. I don't have nothing like that. Grain-filled salvage and supply. I'm keeping that door. Pretty cool. Not much left of this old truck. Check out the grill guard though. Yeah, that's pretty neat right there. I'm going to save this windmill as well, and probably this plow, or not plow, but this grain drill. This is a disc here. I want to save the grain drill. Let's see if this wheel's any good. No, it's rotted out. It's junk. Never mind. That's a good wheel if it wasn't rusted out. Bunch of plows back there, it looks like. I don't see anything good in that pile though. That's all just good scrap iron. I think that's about it. A little bit more iron back in the trees it looks like, but nothing fantastic. Redneck fork extensions. Whatever works. Tea kettle. Old brass teapot. That's kind of neat. I guess we'll have to buy that too. These old locust trees got some tough roots in them. A little tiny tree like that. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Let's grab a log or something I can put into there real quick. Pick it up. Big old rat. Great big old rat. That should be good there. Well, I thought so. Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah. This'll work. And if you could just shove the front over a little bit. That'll work. Perfect. His skid steer. It goes a lot higher than ours does. Perfect. Decided I don't want that one. It's just going to go in the scrap. Those industrial engines just don't always do very good for me. But I am going to go ahead and save all three of these engines here. I'm guessing this one's just a 360 or a 352 because it's just a 2-barrel. This here, I'm not sure what it is. And then that there, I'm guessing it's probably a, was it a 305? Was that the international, the small international V8? It might be a 345. Could be a 392, is that what it was? I can't remember, I'm not an international expert. It says on a little pad, but it's on the other side of the engine on the ground, and I'm gonna save it no matter what, so we'll get her out of here. Tag. He was telling me they had a V8 Chevy on this old Gleaner combine, and so he ran these manifolds where the exhaust runs out the top, and he said that some guys like to put those on coyote wagons or whatnot, and they just cap off the bottom, and then they, well, those are already capped off actually, and then they can run the exhaust out the hood. Exhaust on and stuff. There we go. It's a tight fit. Supposedly this engine here ran good when they put it in here. It's been stored inside, so I bet it's rebuildable if nothing else. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. I got it. Check out this homemade ladder. That's kind of neat. Made out of old rotted wood. And what baling wire. I wouldn't trust it now, that's for sure. Yeah, they're broken, so they're no good to actually use. But just for novelty's sake, those make cool wall hangers. Had to cut the tongue off. I barely had enough blade and battery to do it, but we got her. Had to bust it the last little way off because I ran out. But we got it far enough with a sledgehammer to finish the job. And here is the last one headed to the yard. Not much left of this old truck. Pretty rough, super rusty, but it's got a good looking nose on it. It's got some decent doors on it, so lots of good stuff here for art if nothing else. I'm not entirely sure how he's gonna get it out of here. Might have to shove one tree over. I guess we'll see what happens. Saw something. Oh, it's pretty rough. I saw this little watering pail. Thought it was kind of neat, but definitely seen better days, that's for sure. It's still kind of neat. I guess I can grab it. It's just gonna rot in the ground if I don't see anything else out here. Most of the stuff got burnt. Even the truck got half burnt or partially burnt, sun kissed or fire kissed, whatever you want to call it. They had a bonfire out here, got out of control or something like that. I forget what the story was. He got it. That's where four-wheel steering comes in handy, because he's able just to whip it right around that tree. I'll back up a little bit. There we go. This job is officially done, or at least it's done for me. Todd still has probably one more load of junk down there and maybe a little bit of junk down here. I don't know if he'll mess with this or not. But I am headed back to the yard. Well, I've got a slight situation. This landing gear won't go down. Normally, this landing gear goes down first, and as soon as it hits any pressure at all, that one starts going and that one just stays where it's at. But now it's not doing that. It's picking the whole trailer up on the one leg, and that's that high up, it's gonna bend it. So can't do that. I got the trailer dealer on the way out now. He's gonna try to help me get this thing going down. But if we can't get it to go down, I guess I'll have to bring the loader back here and pick it up, drive my truck out from under it, and just set it all the way down flat on the ground. And I'm gonna have to do some warranty work on this, it looks like. It's been a great trailer other than the landing gear. It pulls right down the highway, nice and smooth. There we go, that's what you call customer service. He came right out, he called the manufacturer, and they said sometimes, being a pretty new trailer that I've barely used, sometimes I'll have air in the lines. So he cracked a line, a little bit of air came out, and then it started working fine. It wasn't even that much air. I was kind of shocked. It was just a few little crackles, and that was it. And then fluid started coming out, and then the leg started working. So I think we're good to go. It's under warranty for another, I don't even know, 10 months. So I'll be using this trailer a bunch again next month. If it has any more issues, they'll come out and they'll work on it, and they'll get it fixed, whatever it is, replace whatever they got to do. But I am glad to get it off my truck, because tomorrow morning I got to drop my truck off. They're going to be putting my new tailgate back on it. Finally getting a tailgate. Hopefully I don't wipe it out again with the gooseneck. I think I learned my lesson, hopefully anyway. Now I am running late, so I need to hurry and get as much of the stuff out of the back of my truck as possible. They got my shelves done in the semi-trailer, so we'll go up there and check that out, making sure I didn't wipe the side of my bed out. Check these things out. These are going to be absolutely fantastic. Like I said before, I left this area open so I can put a table there. And then I left this area open, that way I can come in the door. If I'm carrying something long like trim or whatever, I can actually make the curve without hitting shelves. And if I ever decide I absolutely have to have a shelf there, I can go buy a shelf that's that size and put one in there. Not a big deal. I've already started putting stuff in here. I put some emblems there. I put an instrument cluster here. I think I'm going to designate this shelf here for dash parts. And honestly, I'll probably go ahead and do that for dash parts too. Maybe even that one. Maybe I'll put instrument clusters up here and other dash parts down here. I don't know. Infinite possibilities. I do want to somewhat organize it. Like I'm going to put trim pieces and emblems and things like that over here. The top shelf is going to be reserved for bulky stuff like bell housings and grills and boxes full of stuff that I don't have time to sort. But with that, I am done for the day. I am done for this video as well. I really enjoyed going out to that farm cleanup and getting that done. Hard to believe we looked at those cars a year ago, cars and trucks. And just now got it done, but that's what it took. Todd will probably finish that job either tomorrow or the next day, and then he'll be done out there as well. With that, I am going to hit the road. I will see you guys on the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. As always, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. And remember to get out there, find yourself an adventure. And remember, you don't have to buy stuff to find an adventure. That's what I do. You can just watch me on YouTube. You can find your own adventure without spending money. We'll see you on the next one.